Welcome to Game of Life, Cheat Codes from Beyond. Are you waiting for life to begin? Today, we explore why the secret to fearless living is found in this very breath. I am your host, and joined as always by our resident expert. Today, we are taking a deep dive into L.A. Fairhoff's book, 7 Universal Truths from Near-Death Experiences.
Hey there. Yeah, we are specifically looking at Chapter 7 today on timelessness.
Right, and the mission here is to help you recognize the deeply precious, temporary nature of your embodied existence and perhaps convince you to stop postponing your own joy.
It is such a fascinating chapter. Fairhoff observes this universal pattern among people who return from near-death experiences, or NDEs. They come back with this radically altered relationship with time.
Oh, absolutely. A heightened appreciation for the physical body.
Spot on. Once they visceralize that this physical form is temporary, they just, they stop postponing life.
I do have to push back a little on the underlying logic there, though.
Oh, how so?
Well, if the core premise of Fairhoff's book is that our consciousness is eternal, doesn't that imply infinite time?
I see where you're going.
Right. If I know my consciousness goes on forever, my immediate reaction would be to procrastinate even more. I mean, why rush to write the novel or take the trip today if I have an eternity?
You would think so, yeah. But the author draws a sharp distinction between eternal consciousness and the specific physical incarnation.
I see.
Right, so yes, the consciousness might be infinite, but the physical constraints, the sensory experiences of cold water, the taste of food, gravity that is an unrepeatable classroom.
So the urgency doesn't come from a fear of total annihilation, but from the scarcity of this particular vantage point.
Precisely. Think of it like visiting a rare pop-up art exhibit. The fact that the art exists somewhere in the world is comforting, sure.
But your ticket to the show expires.
Yes. Your ticket to walk through those specific doors in this specific body expires.
Yeah.
The NDE strips away the illusion of infinite physical tomorrows.
It forces the brain to recognize the extreme rarity of the now.
Which is hard for us.
We humans are rather excellent at waiting, aren't we? Waiting for the right moment, the perfect circumstances, for all the cosmic ducks to line up in a neat row before we permit ourselves to truly live. It's a strategy that, one might observe, often results in a rather long queue with very few actual participants. The universe, it seems, prefers improvisation.
It certainly does, and yet we build these elaborate psychological waiting rooms.
Oh, I'll be happy when trapped.
Yes, we tell ourselves we will be happy when we get the promotion or when the mortgage is paid. We constantly defer joy to future conditions.
And Fairhoff points out that this deferral actively scatters our consciousness. We're either replaying past conversations, agonizing over what we should have said, or
we are rehearsing future scenarios.
Right, trying to control outcomes that haven't even happened yet.
Mechanistically speaking, that is your brain's default mode network running in overdrive. That network is responsible for rumination and time traveling.
Projecting forward and backward.
Yeah, and when you are stuck in that network, you are completely disconnected from your present sensory reality. It is like staring so intently at a map of your destination that you drive your car straight off the road.
Which means we trade the actual reality of the present for a phantom past or a completely fictional future. We miss the aliveness that is only available right now.
Yeah.
So how do we pull ourselves out of that default mode network?
Well, the book offers a remarkably effective physical anchor for those moments when you feel adrift.
Oh, the pulse trick.
Yeah. When you notice your mind fragmenting into the past or future, place 2 fingers on your wrist and find your pulse. Just feel 5 heartbeats.
Wait, really? Just 5? I assume that does more than just check if we're still alive.
It does. By focusing your attention on a rhythmic, autonomous physiological function, you literally force your brain to switch gears.
It interrupts that default mode network.
And engages your present sensory network. Your brain cannot actively panic about a hypothetical future meeting while simultaneously tracking the tactile sensation of your own heartbeat.
It anchors your awareness back into the physical body. It pulls you back to the only place where life is actually occurring.
Which is how you practice eternity.
Indeed. Today, choose one ordinary activity. Washing dishes, walking, drinking tea. Bring your full, unfragmented attention to it. Feel its texture, its sensations. This is practicing eternity.
And when you practice that, you start to reconsider all those hours spent waiting in the wings. It raises a rather provocative question.
What if the life you have been rehearsing for is already underway? Thanks for listening. I trust this was insightful. Find the book online, universal link in show notes. Join us next week for another look at transforming our thoughts.